everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we are doing a live tarot reading. I'll be here every single weekday just to kind of come live. We will be looking into advice for maybe a particular situation that you are getting into, but these lives are just an avenue for you to ask your questions and get immediate answers. Alright, so there are 3 tiers available for these lives. The first tier is the live yes, no, or timing question. So if you have any questions related to, you want to just know yes, no, or you want to know the timing, then you would be choosing that tier. Then the second tier is the single card question where I'll be pulling out 1 card for your question and I'll stay with the energy for as long as it comes through. The third tier that is available is the 3 card question. So if you have a question and you want like an in-depth answer, that would be me pulling 3 cards for that. So that one is the third tier that is available at this point in time. Like I said, these lives are just an avenue for you to ask your questions and get immediate answers. I do offer private readings at this point in time. My private readings, if you choose the express delivery, then the turnaround time for that is 24 to 48 hours. That's the minimum. And then if you don't choose that, then the normal turnaround time for that is 3 to 5 business days. So I thought, why not, have an avenue where I can answer your questions immediately. So those are the 3 tiers available. Other than that, I am also a Reiki healer. So I do offer Reiki healing sessions. There are a couple of them that I do offer. For example, anxiety ease, body pain ease. What else? There is like negative energy clearing, chakra balancing, so on and so forth, inner child healing, so on and so forth. So there's quite a bit that I do offer with respect to Reiki healing sessions. So details about that is also available in the description box below. Now, if you'd like to ask a question specific to your situation, you may absolutely do so. You'll have to register your questions through the links provided in the description box as well as the chat box. Right? But in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing is I will be pulling out some cards for people who are tuning in, just advice that wants to come through for the situation that you may be going through. It doesn't have to be related to relationships. It could be related to other aspects of your life as well. We'll see what wants to come through, and then we will kind of channel advice in the meantime while we wait for perhaps questions to come through as well. Okay, so I feel like using the Tarot Disassembled deck today. So let's get into the first advice for the reading today. First advice for the reading today. Hope you're all doing well, and if you're not, I hope that things will get better, and I hope that this reading can provide some kind of comfort, some kind of clarity, some kind of confirmation. Okay, advice for whoever is tuning in. Now, if you want to catch this video after it has finished live, it will be there in the live tarot reading playlist on my YouTube channel. Alrighty. You may be at a choice point with respect to, I'm definitely seeing this to be a connection. For some of you, it could be a romantic connection, but I am seeing that there is some kind of decision that you are supposed to make with respect to this situation or with respect to this person. The energy does feel like you do have feelings for this person or you do care about this person, but they may not necessarily be treating you very well at this point in time. I am seeing some kind of energy working against the two of you. Most likely, either your person is not giving you perhaps the respect that you deserve, or this person might not necessarily be your person, but this person may not necessarily have the best intentions for you at this point in time. The message coming through is you've been nice to this person for quite some time now. The message coming through is sometimes you will have to stand your ground. Sometimes you will have to, as much as you want to be nice to people, when someone is perhaps not having the best intentions for you, and if someone is going out of their way to hurt you or even harm you as well, you've got to stand up for yourself. You've got to put your foot down. You have to take a stand for yourself. For some of you, you may even need to call this person out as well. The energy coming through is you've been nice for so long, but this person has been taking advantage of that. And so either it's about drawing your boundary and not allowing this person to cross that line, or calling this person out. You do have a choice at this point. You can continue being in a more passive energy, but the only person who's going to be hurting at the end of it is going to be you, right? Like, as much as sometimes we do want to be the nice person, or we do feel like, okay, we want to be the bigger person in a connection, being the bigger person doesn't mean it comes at the expense of your mental, emotional, and physical health as well, right? So I do see that this person doesn't necessarily have the best intentions for you, so you may have to be a little bit careful around this person. I also feel like the more you take a stand for yourself, the more you voice your thoughts, the more you express whatever is on your mind, it is actually going to help you feel empowered in this situation. It's also going to make you feel that you are taking care of yourself, right? So the message coming through is it's time for you to take a stand for yourself. Otherwise, this person's not going to listen. Like, if you think that your love or your care for this person is going to change their ways, or they're going to be floored by it and then they're going to change their ways, no, that energy is not coming through, all right? And sometimes it doesn't work that way. So sometimes you have to take a stand for yourself. Sometimes you have to let the other person know, call them out on their actions, let them know that however they're showing up, however they're behaving, it's misaligned, or it is hurting you, or it is not something that you will accept at this point in time. Like I said, you do have a choice right now, but if you continue being in the energy of letting things slide with this person, it's only going to get worse. You are actually empowering them to do more. You're letting them know that it's okay for them to treat you that way. All right, so you have to take a stand. I am seeing dragon energy coming through, so it's like fiery energy. So yes, for some of you, you may actually need to tell this person off. You may need to call them out. As difficult as that may be for you, maybe you want to be kind-hearted. You don't necessarily want to bring out that side of you. Completely understand, but sometimes it really depends on the person. Sometimes if you allow them to be the way that they are, it's possible that they will just keep on going the same way and not necessarily change or understand how they're hurting you. Even if they do understand, it looks like this person in particular might not want to change their ways. But if you call them out on it, yes, there is a chance that the connection may come to an end. But do you really want to be in a connection where this person doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't care about your emotions, how you are showing up, how they're treating you? Would you want to be in a connection like that? Or would you want to be in a connection where the other person, the moment they recognize, or the moment you let them know that you do not accept their behavior, they consider your emotions and try to align with the highest good of your connection? So you have a choice at this point. It might be a difficult choice for you, and I can see that. Like I said, I think that this is a certain perception that you do want to be coming across, that someone who is kind, someone who is flooding with love, but sometimes that love can be misused. Sometimes that love can be taken advantage of. And part of the journey of being love, being someone who holds a lot of love within you, is to understand how to take care of that energy within you. Who is it supposed to be given to? Who is it supposed to be kind of maybe set boundaries so that only if they cross the threshold, like only if they align with who you are, they get access to it. So the energy that you have within you, consider it to be precious. The more you perceive it as, well, only a certain energy or a certain kind of people will align with this energy of me, that's actually for your benefit. And most of the times, people who are, filled with so much of love within them, oftentimes you will go through periods in your life which teach you how to set boundaries for that love that you have within you. It's a very natural process that happens, because you can lean towards overgiving. You can lean towards allowing yourself to be mistreated because of this love that you want to give to the people in your life. So sometimes, or I guess more often than not, actually, people who are born with that love, that intense love energy within them, they often go through cycles where they're taught how to set boundaries for themselves, how to discern who deserves that energy, who does not, how to set boundaries, how to perhaps even align with the love in their heart while also learning how to let go or walking away from what is not their highest good, right? So I do feel like as much as you want to be this person with love, you can still be that version of you while also aligning with your highest good, right? And that is what this phase is teaching you at this point in time. It's teaching you how to discern. It's teaching you to recognize that the love that you have within you, that energy, it's really, really powerful. It's incredibly powerful, which means alongside with that power, it is your responsibility to discern who gets to access it, who does not, right? And if someone is mistreating you, someone is taking advantage of that energy, someone is, going out of their way to perhaps misuse the love that you have for them, that's when you have to take a stand. You have to set boundaries for yourself. You have to let them know that it is not okay. And you also have to be okay with the connection ending if the other person doesn't rise to meet the power and the energy of the love that you have within you, right? So it looks like you might be in that phase. It's excruciating. I, for one, like I feel like sharing with you. So I, for one, I've been through this phase like in my early teens, late teens, a little bit into my early 20s as well. Excruciatingly painful. But it took me that many times, that many connections. I had to literally go through it because the first few times I refused to learn the lesson. I was like, no, this is me. This is who I am as a person. If I love someone, I'm gonna give them everything of me. It doesn't matter how they treat me or how they misuse the love that I have for them. This is who I am. I'm not going to care about how they're treating me. And I resisted this lesson for quite some time. When you resist this lesson, especially if you are someone who's got that energy within you, and trust me, it's very, very powerful energy. If you've got that energy within you, and the more you resist this lesson, the more intense the situations are going to get, right? And then you'll suddenly find yourself only attracting people who misuse it, who don't honor the love that you have for them, who keep mistreating you. You will end up, constantly meeting people. That's because you are manifesting that into your life. No, there's nothing as positive or negative manifestation. You manifest who you are. So if you're not valuing the love that you have within you, you're not valuing that energy, you are going to attract people who don't value that as well. Right? So part of the journey, especially if you are someone with a lot of that love within you, part of your journey in this lifetime would be to learn how to discern who gets access to that and who does not. You will also learn how to not overgive in certain situations, how to be tempered in the energy that you are giving to the people around you as well, right? It's a very, very brutal lesson, but it does unfold over the course of time. The more you resist it, like I said, this is a choice that you have at this point, right? The more you resist it, the more intense it gets. Like I said, it's just about manifestation. It's like the core of manifestation. You don't value what you have, then you will attract people who don't value what you have. So it starts with you. You have to value this love that you have within you. Yes, you can be unconditional in your love, absolutely, but that also needs to have its boundaries. You cannot align with the energy of unconditional love without any boundaries. All right. I know it sounds like it's like counterintuitive, but there needs to be boundaries. All right. Boundaries are important. You have to take care of yourself. Just because you have unconditional love within you, it's not necessary that the other person needs to have access to that. Sometimes you can have unconditional love for someone, but keep your distance and perhaps even close the door on them. Right? So there are different ways of showing unconditional love. It's not necessarily that you have to be in someone's life to show them the unconditional love that you may have for them. Whatever it is, the first priority has to be yourself. It has to be protecting yourself, protecting that energy within you. Because what happens over time is that energy starts draining because you're not taking care of it properly. Right? So you have to take care of it properly. That is your responsibility. That is your primary responsibility to yourself, especially if you are someone who's been blessed with like a very deep heart, someone who feels everything very, very deeply, someone who is filled with so much of love. It's sometimes there were moments in my life where I thought like this was a curse, but it's only a curse if you don't honor it. Yeah, otherwise it's a blessing. Otherwise it's a blessing. So how you hold on to that energy is what determines whether or not it works for you or against you, right? And I think that's the same with everything as well. Like even tools like tarot or astrology really depends on how you work with it. Um, at the end of the day, it's just energy that's within you. But how you set boundaries for yourself, how you choose yourself, how you align with the highest good of yourself while holding on to that energy, that is what makes it a blessing for you. That is what helps you align with it as well. Otherwise, it's going to work against you. And like I said, people who are born with this kind of energy within them, oftentimes you will go through lessons that teach you how to love yourself so fiercely that no one will be able to kind of sabotage that energy that you have within you. No one will be able to work against that energy within you, right? So I would say be a little bit careful. This person that's coming through, not necessarily the best intentions for you. You may need to take a stand for yourself. You may need to call them out. You may need to set your boundaries with this person. And you may also need to be prepared to walk away if this person does not align with the highest good of this connection. All right? That is the message that's coming through. That is the advice that's coming through. That you're letting things slide too much. You're allowing this person to misbehave, to mistreat you, and that is not alignment. All right? Okay. So that is the first advice that is coming through. I really hope that that helped you in some way, gave you some kind of comfort, some kind of clarity. For those of you joining in, hi, welcome, or welcome back. I really hope that you're doing well. If you're not, I hope that things do get better. If you'd like to register questions related to your situations, you may absolutely do so. The links are there in the chat box. The links are also there in the description box below. And if you are registering your question, just let me know before you do, and then I'll wait for your question to come through. But otherwise, if you're just here, I'm just doing a mini read. So I'll be like pulling cards for advice, and I'll just be kind of going through whatever the energy is. It's intended for whoever is watching this live. It's also intended for whoever may catch this video after it has finished streaming. And if you want to come and visit this video after it has kind of completed the live, you may absolutely do so. You'll be able to find all of these videos in the live tarot reading playlist on my YouTube channel. All right. Alrighty. So that is one advice that's coming through. Hold on, let me just kind of get a sip of water, and then we'll get into the next advice for today's reading. All right. I'm using another deck. I'm using the Tinseltown deck, Tinseltown Tarot. Okay. let's pull an advice card. Let's pull advice for whoever is tuning in at this point in time. Let's see what it wants to come out. Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers. Trust the new beginning. All right, someone might not be trusting the new beginning. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Lovers. You've actually brought it into existence. Whatever this new beginning is, it looks like you put in so much of hard work in order to access this energy, in order to have this new beginning. And the amount of effort that you've put in has led to a very, very solid new beginning. This is a very direct message coming through. I feel like maybe you're not trusting it. Maybe you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Sometimes that energy can come through. Maybe if you've been through very traumatic experiences in the past where maybe your life kind of spun out of control within minutes, within seconds. The future that you thought you would have, maybe it just kind of was taken away from you. Especially in moments like that, you may feel like, okay, well, what's going to happen next? When's the next shoe going to drop? It's possible that you may be feeling that way. The energy coming through is trust the hard work that you're putting in, all right? And trust that if you are in alignment, like you feel that alignment within you, then trust that this is working for you. Even if perhaps, and it's not going to break down, I'm telling you that, it's not going to break down, don't worry. But even if something breaks down, just trust that as long as you are in alignment, like you feel it in your soul, trust that the breaking down is actually part of what is alignment for you. The very, very straightforward advice that's coming through. Trust the new beginning that you have actually created for yourself. You put in so much of hard work. You really, really have, all right? And at every given point, I think that you've constantly asked, like your spirit guide team or even your higher self, or even tapped into your intuition, like, okay, what is alignment at this point? What is alignment at this point? At every single point, you have taken the time to course correct. You've taken the time to, align with your intuition. So trust the energy of this new beginning that's stepping into your life. We have C again. Hi C, I hope you're doing well. How was your day today? Oh, that's nice. Mine just started, but it started well. I've kind of been focusing on my physical health. So I woke up early, did yoga, and then I'm here for the live. So my day is going well. Like it started out really good. I hope to continue. This is like day one of me trying this. I hope it continues. Before I was doing yoga at like 5 p.m., but I want to do it in the mornings. Like I don't know why. I just feel like it's better in the mornings for me. So I'm trying, fingers crossed. But my day started well. My day started well. I put the 5-second delay because if I don't put that, suddenly I get spammed. And it's like very random people who come in and then they just like pop in and then they go out. So I put the 5 seconds thing for that. So every time I put this card, my tea will come back on that. I'll feel called to watch the last reading. Oh, that's so nice. I'm happy that it provides the clarity, comfort, and confirmation that you're looking for. But yeah, especially like on the twin flame journey, I feel like it's so up in the air that it can feel discouraging at times. And then sometimes you can even like ask yourself, well, am I kidding myself with this? But I think when you tap into your intuition, when you feel the energy within you, you'll realize that you wouldn't be feeling all of that if there weren't a higher purpose to the connection or if there weren't something more happening in this connection. So I hope that also helps to encourage you as well. Um, that's I think one of the ways that can help you. Like if you're feeling discouraged, just come back to yourself. Like lie down, close your eyes, feel the energy within your body, and just know that you wouldn't be feeling that surge of energy when you think about the connection if it didn't exist, if the cords were meant to be cut, if there wasn't a higher frequency that this connection was meant to access. But yeah, I completely understand that. Completely understand that. Thank you for the advice, because I keep seeing a vision of a red string between me and my TF getting cut and then reattaching itself in the vision, and that's how I know it's meant to be. It's not just a vision. Tap into the energy that you're feeling. That also helps a lot, because sometimes the visions, especially when it's getting cut, there might be fear that's coming up. So tap into the energy that you feel when it is reattaching. I think holding on to that feeling might actually help you uh, hold on to that feeling of being encouraged a lot longer than just holding on to the vision. But that reminds me of the red string theory. Hi, I sent for a timing one. All right, give me a second. It should come through. You'll have to go through the process of making an account. Did you go through the process? Mercy Ortiz. Hold on. Mercedes Ortiz. Did I pronounce that correctly? Mercedes Ortiz, 7593. Did I pronounce that correctly? I was reading it as one word, and then I was like, oh, wait, no. There has to be two names coming through. It'll come through. Hold on. Fill out the info. All right, then it will come through. Hold on. It will come through. Oh, yeah, it came through. Hold on. I got the yes. Mercedes. All right, hold on. It'll come through in just a second. You're welcome. Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. I have to. Okay. When will your person reach out to you? Okay, let's get into that. When will your person reach out to you? When will Mercedes person reach out to Mercedes? When will Mercedes person reach out to Mercedes? 1 month. Ace of Cups, 1 month. All right, exactly 1 month. But don't hold on to the timing. All right, just allow your person to be the one to reach out to you. They will be the one to reach out. The more you can let go of the timing, the more it will actually happen in 1 month's time. The more you keep looking at the clock, the more it will delay. So it's 1 month from when you stop looking at the clock. All right, that's the energy that's coming through. Your person will reach out. It is going to be some kind of an emotional new beginning between the two of you. I do think that you are waiting for this, but at the same time, the more you allow your person to be the one to reach out to you, the more it will actually benefit your connection. The more you'll actually feel not just loved by your person, you'll actually feel like your person wants this connection. Right? If you reach out to your person, if you've been thinking about reaching out or breaking the no contact between the two of you, it's possible that you might not necessarily know where your person stands with respect to their thought process and their feelings towards you. But if you wait for your person to reach out, and I see a timeline of 1 month, you will understand what your person feels for you. And the message coming through is very, very clear. Your person does have feelings for you. All right, so allow your person to reach out to you 1 month from when you stop looking at the clock. Right? Don't look at the clock, just let it go, but 1 month. All right? You're welcome. Alrighty, for those of you who are here, you can definitely ask your questions, register your questions through the links provided in the description box or in the chat box. Otherwise, I will just be doing, I'll be pulling out a card for advice for whoever is joining in live or whoever may be watching this after this is finished streaming as well. All right. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope that things do get better if you're not doing well, and I hope that the reading or my readings on my YouTube channel can provide some kind of comfort, some kind of clarity for you as well. Right? All right, let's pull one advice card. For those of you who are registering your questions, just let me know in the chat box that you registered your questions. That would actually help me to go look for the question as well. For some reason, I'm not getting the question on my phone, but that's okay. I'll get it on the laptop. That's fine, completely fine. Don't know why that is, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. Alrighty, I'll pull one advice card. Let's see what wants to come through. All right, for today. I feel like we talked a lot today about first advice that came through was relationship oriented. The second one was some kind of new beginning, some kind of a fresh start, but something that you put in hard work for. That was the second advice for the day. Let's kind of get into the third advice for this live stream. Five of Pentacles, what's wrong? You may be upset about something. Alrighty, big energy coming through. We have Five of Pentacles with the moon, alright? For those of you watching, it looks like you may be a little bit sad about some aspect of your life. Maybe you don't necessarily know what's going to happen or how things are going to turn out. Or you may be worried about, why you are going through so much of pain at this point in time. The energy coming through is you may not know what is going to happen next, but just trust that every cycle will end, right? Whether it's happiness or peace or joy or sadness or frustration, every cycle does have an ending. Every cycle does have a beginning, right? Wherever you are right now, it looks like you are going to be coming out of this very painful cycle. You are going to be coming out of this energy. It's just a matter of time. Allow yourself to feel everything that you are feeling at this point in time. But the energy coming through is you might not necessarily know why you are going through such a difficult phase at this point in time. And sometimes the answers come to us only much later. It comes to us when we are ready to handle it. Comes to us when we've reached a state that can handle the answer, that can honor our journey, and we can also appreciate why we went through what we did, right? So at this point in time, even if you're looking for answers, you might not necessarily get the answers. Part of what you are going through at this point in time is learning how to be okay with the uncertainty of everything. And sometimes that's just it. I mean, I can completely understand how painful this must be on your end, going through this where you must be absolutely heartbroken at this point in time, not necessarily knowing what to do or how to go about this, why you're going through this. All of these answers you will get at some point, just not right now, right? Right now, focus on healing, focus on being okay, even if you don't necessarily have the answers at this point in time. Right? The message coming through is answers won't come right now. They won't, all right? Even if you're trying to find it, you may be blocked from that. Sometimes that does happen because understanding the answer takes some situations. Having access to that answer, understanding that answer, the depth of the answer, why you went through certain experiences. Sometimes we need to go through experiences in life in order to understand the answer as well. Right? So just trust that the answers will come through at some point. May not necessarily be now. What you can do is ask your spirit guide team to allow you to go through the experiences that you need to go through in order to understand the higher purpose of what you went through, or just even give you the answers that you're looking for. It looks like there is a path to it. I am seeing a path unfolding. So it looks like there is a path to it. So you're not there yet. You're not there yet to understand why you went through what you went through or understand the higher purpose to all of it. There is a journey to get to that point where you become a version of yourself that can handle the truth, that can understand the truth as well. All right. So for now, don't try looking for the answers. That's just going to frustrate you. That's just going to work against you as well, because the energy and the message coming through, the advice coming through is right now it's more about sitting with your emotions. It's more about focusing on healing without having any of the answers laid out just yet. Just understand that, or trust that there's a higher purpose to what you went through, and continue moving on your path towards healing. Right? That is a very big message that's coming through. Another message that's coming through is don't suppress what you're feeling, all right? Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling at this point in time. It is only through the storm that you will come out of the storm, right? If you suppress it, it is going to come back later, and it's going to kind of be much worse, because it's kind of like a rubber duck in water. Like you push it down, it will pop right back up, and with more force, right? Equal and opposite force. So the more you suppress it, the more it is going to come to the surface. Right now, it's not about getting the answers. Right now, it's not about finding comfort in the answers. That is not the phase that you are in at this point in time. Right now, it's sitting with the uncertainty of not understanding what you went through and being okay with that, focusing on your healing, trusting that when the time is right, when you have gone through the experiences that you need to go through in order to maybe accept or understand the depth of the answer, that is when the answer will come to you, but that's not right now, right? So in situations like this, like I've been through this a couple of times in my life as well, where absolutely senseless things have happened to me, and I didn't understand it at that point in time. I was like, okay, what is this? Why am I going through this? This doesn't even make sense. I'm a good person. Like, why would this happen to me? But it took me for some it took me I think 5 years, 5 years to get the answer that I was looking for. 5 years for me to grow into a version of myself that could understand the depth of the answer. And if I look back, as I'm talking to you, if I look back, I don't think I would have been able to understand the answer if it had come through when I asked for it. Like when it happened, I don't think I would have understood it, or I think I would have passed it off. And maybe the answer did come to me, but I was just like, no, that's not for me. I don't even understand what that is. But it took me 5 years for a particular situation. It took me 5 years to go through the experiences that I needed to go through in order to grow, in order to become a version of myself that could understand the answers that came through. So I had to sit in that uncertainty for 5 years with respect to one aspect of my life. But the moment clarity came through, everything just made sense. Like everything just came together very, very beautifully in my life. And it just clicked. It just clicked. And I was actually supposed to find peace without those answers. And it took me quite some time to even get to that state. So it may be difficult at this point in time, but the advice coming through is Right now, it's about learning to get comfortable with the uncertainty, with the lack of answers at this point in time. Sometimes that's just the phase, sometimes that's just what we are meant to go through so that we can grow into a version of ourselves that can understand why we had to go through what we had to go through and why we had to go through it in that particular way, right? So I understand that you're going through a very difficult phase at this point. I completely understand the feeling that you're going through. Honor what you're feeling, honor the journey, honor your story. But one message that's coming through is, especially right now, don't try looking for answers. If you try looking for answers, you're not going to find it. You're only going to frustrate yourself. So don't try looking for answers, but instead try working towards finding peace in the uncertainty, finding peace in not having the answers right now, and trusting that the answers will come to you when it is time, trusting that there is a higher purpose, even if you may not understand it at this point in time. All right? That is the final advice that is coming out for this reading. That was the third advice. If you're joining us here and you want to kind of go back and check out the first two advice that came through, you may absolutely do so. If you want to watch this video after it has completed with its streaming, that also is possible. You will be able to catch this live stream on my YouTube channel. It will be there in the live tarot reading playlist on my YouTube channel. I am ending this live, but before that, I'll just kind of talk about my private readings and my Reiki healing sessions, and then we'll call this this live over for today. All right. So these lives, I will be here every single weekday. They're just an avenue for you to ask your questions and get immediate answers. Sometimes the energy is just that fast changing, and sometimes the energy, requires immediate answers. So I thought, why not have an avenue where you can ask your questions live? I will be here every single weekday showing up, and while we wait for the questions, I will be pulling out mini advice, like mini reads, where I'll be pulling out advice and we'll kind of sit with the energy for as long as it intends us to. And that's mostly for any situation that you're going through in your life at this point in time, just advice for that. Other than that, I do offer private readings. The minimum turnaround time, if you choose it, the express delivery, is 24 to 48 hours. And otherwise, if you don't choose that, then it is about 3 to 5 business days of a turnaround time for my private readings. So these lives are just an avenue for you to get immediate answers from me, right? From me as the channeler, as the vessel. Right? Other than that, I am a Reiki healer. I do offer Reiki healing sessions. There are a couple of them that I do offer. There's one for inner child healing, trauma healing, body ease, body pain ease, chakra balancing, anxiety ease, deep rest and sleep. I've actually gotten quite good reviews for that particular one. Like if you're struggling to sleep, there's also negative energy clearing, got good reviews for that as well. So if you'd like to check it out, there are different options available. You can definitely check out. The links are there in the description box, not just in the live video, but it will be there even in the videos that I do post every single day on my YouTube channel. Other than that, I hope you're doing well, and if you're not, I hope that things do get better. I hope that this reading was able to provide some kind of comfort, some kind of clarity, some kind of confirmation for you as well. Right? Take care, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.